The Washington Post has put out an article, U.S. illegal immigrant population falls below 11 million, continuing nearly decade-long decline, report says. I'm going to read some of this, and I've got some comments. The illegal immigrant population in the United States has fallen below 11 million, continuing a nearly decade-long decline that has the potential to reshape the debate over reforming the nation's immigration system. According to a study released, the total undocumented immigrant population of 10.9 million is the lowest since 2003, says the report from the Center for Migration Studies, a New York think tank. With its release as voting nears in the 2016 presidential primaries, the 15-page document could impact the fiery debate over immigration unfolding on the campaign trail. Republican candidates led by Donald Trump have portrayed the border as overwhelmed by illegal immigrants who must be kept out by a massive wall the New York developer proposes to build. President Obama and Democratic candidates say the border has never been more secure and call for comprehensive immigration reform to naturalize immigrants already here. First and foremost, 11 million. 11 million is a number that was used going back publicly a decade at bare minimum, and those numbers are far larger. I mean, given the facts of what we have seen over the years, yes, in some areas we do have more technology on the border, but the agents aren't allowed to do their job. When the illegal aliens, as our sources have reported to the New American, what is taking place is they cross and they self-report to the Border Patrol, the illegal aliens. They cross into the United States of America and report to the Border Patrol, and instead of being processed and deported, that's not happening. And they're even using the asylum process as well. We saw in 2014 the massive numbers that came across in Texas that was clearly orchestrated and organized by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, considering the amount of buses waiting for transport for these individuals who then were dispersed across the United States of America. So who's kidding who? 11 million? That 11 million was old even when it was old a decade ago. That number is clearly bogus. As we know, according to our sources, going back a decade, the numbers for apprehensions has long been fudged. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, was given credit for apprehensions done by the Border Patrol. Now, let me add a little further to this Center for Migration Studies. The Center for Migration Studies, according to their website, cmsny.org, is an educational institute think tank devoted to the study of international migration, to the promotion of understanding between immigrants and receiving communities. Now, as to their staff, Donald Kerwin, their executive director, what I found most interesting is he is a member of the Council on Foreign Relations Immigration Task Force. And if you look at the rest of his bio, it's pretty clear where he stands on this type of an issue. And when you look at the individuals' backgrounds who are serving on their board of trustees or as staff, it's primarily Roman Catholic clergy or lawyers who all have some form of a background on immigration, including a former congressional staffer who was the staff counsel to the U.S. House of Representatives Subcommittee on Immigration, Citizenship, and Immigration Law. So what you have here is very clearly an entity who is going to basically go along with the numbers that are being put out by Homeland Security and, in essence, play up the propaganda with this type of a doctored study. But you know what? What else can one expect considering what we have been reporting over the course of years?